just made our cross. And as I said, I usually start at the bottom and go up to the cross rather than starting at the cross. You end up with one loose end at the very top. And it could be an uneven end or whatever. It's just a nicer, neater package. At this point, let's make believe we're getting the right amount on here to start counting how many ends we have. I do not count as I go. That is like a lot of wasted time. All you need is the doorbell to ring or something to interrupt you, like I was a minute ago. You won't remember what you said, and if you did, you're a better woman than me. So let's just stop right now and say I have used up, let's say, we've done our math, we know how much is in each ball of yarn, and we know how much yarn we're going to consume. And we know, let's, for instance, if we have a 200 skein ball, and we're going to use, 150 yards, 2/3 of it will be consumed and 1/3 will be left. So if there's like a third left, or a little more than a third, that's when I start thinking about counting, instead of counting every single time. Come closer, Fred. That's what I was asking you for. I remember now. We got interrupted, and now we've got this under control. We're going to count. And when we're doing this, we have to remember also how many strands were in each dent in our reed. This particular one that I'm doing is going to have two different reeds and dents in the reed. And this one is going to be by itself because he's almost as thick as two of these two put together. It gives you some textural interest, and it's just fun. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a chain around these. So that ends up being 3. Doesn't matter which one. 6. 9. 2, 4. 12. And you count them in the increments that make sense to you for whatever you happen to be weaving. Then just make a crochet chain around that. And then you just keep counting them in groups of whatever amount makes sense to you for whatever dent reed you have, what your pattern is, or whatever. And you just leave this here. Let's say that we count them all down. And we know where we stand. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm not going to count them because that's when you make a mistake in front of everybody and they think they'll never listen to me again because I can't even count, right? So we're going to just chain this on down. And then we can count each chain, knowing, let's say we have 10 in each one. Let's say we do. There we go. Now I'm doing it right. See how that works? Let's say we have 10 in each one. So we go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Let's say that's what that is. For instance, and let's say we need 100. We just need to wind on 20 more. We do not take this out. We leave it there. We'll wind on our 20 more, count again until we have the right amount there. That's the easiest way I know to keep track of things without having to remember too much. Thank you.